So I did my virtual book tour the other day, and I received a couple messages saying, hey, you didn't talk about the book at all. And oops, I guess really the main point of the virtual book tour was to kind of highlight a bunch of the independent bookstores that I love and would love to visit. But you're right, I guess I probably should have said something about the book, and so I'll do that now. And I'll keep it short-ish, short by McBride standards at least. I'll do best I can. So the book is essentially about a world in which children are treated like commodities on an exchange. So much like corn or wheat. And that piece is really thanks to a professor I had named Dr. Jeremy Wells. He introduced me to the author Frank Norris, who I love. McTeague is one of my favorite novels. But specifically, Frank Norris wrote this trilogy of Wheat. He never got to finish it because he died. And one of those novels was The Pit that Dr. Wells had assigned. And that dealt with the stock exchange in Chicago. Commodities exchange, not stock exchange, sorry. And of course, I don't think children should be treated like commodities. But in a way, they kind of already are. Because we have these achievement gaps based on different levels of funding for schools and money that's available in different areas, cities, regions, etc. And of course, parents have different amounts of resources and capital, and the communities have more capital to invest in children than others. So I kind of wondered, like, what if we made those transparent? Instead of having to do research to figure out what those achievement gaps are or those funding gaps, what if everybody knew what it was? And what would that look like? The good would be that some people would be able to invest in children in hope and help them succeed to get a leg up. The bad would be that you could short a child and hope on their failure, and you would benefit financially for that. The outcome would be children who succeed, go on to better colleges and have better opportunities, internships, jobs, networking, whatever. And then the children who don't succeed would be crippled with debt, which the more I kind of thought about it was like, sounds familiar. If people were going to invest in children, they would want to know about their parentage, and they would want to know about the genes and the likeliness of success. And if you didn't know those things about children, then those would be riskier investments. And so then I was thinking, orphans have sealed folders. We wouldn't know about their parentage. Those would be the riskiest ventures. And so unless somebody had insider information, there wouldn't be such a thing as a sure thing with orphans. And so thus enters the center, which is, just think of like a centralized orphanage, basically, a big government-run thing that handles all the orphans. And then the bidding war in the title really comes between these two clerks who use this insider information to bid against each other. And Jenny is an orphan who gets stuck in the middle. One clerk shorts her stock, betting on her failure. The other bets on her future success, and that's kind of what drives the novel then. The novel is then structured over a series of vignettes that covers 36 years, 18 years before the birth, 18 years afterward. There's 18 chapters and one prologue, so I guess it covers 19 chapters total. And from chatting with people, I know one of the main struggles with the novel is the number of characters. Thanks to Joanna, she recommended a cast of characters at the beginning, and so there is that now there. If you didn't receive one because you bought one of the very early copies, I'm happy to send you the cast of characters and we can add it there. But the structure of the novel, the vignettes, was something that I really attribute to Erin Morgenstern's The Night Circus, which is a favorite novel of mine. I had just encountered it at the time I was kind of working on Bidding Wars. I've read other things where they used vignettes. We kind of pop in and out of characters' lives at different times. But hers was the one that solidified it for me as like the approach that would work. And it just kind of clicked. So that's what I did. So there you go. Give the book a read. Let me know what you think. I'd love to chat. Thanks for listening. Stay safe and healthy. And yeah, thanks.